It's fair to say that this is an unusual and controversial Wisconsin primary, with this election taking place in the middle of a pandemic. Now, polling stations across the state are doing all they can to try and keep voters safe, with this polling station even setting up a drive-thru voting booth. It allows voters to stay in the relative safety of their cars while casting their vote, but that's not the case across the state. On the ballot, the state's Democratic presidential primary contest between Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. Sanders called for the primary to be postponed and said his staff would not be involved in any get-out-the-vote campaigning. The state is also holding general elections for a state Supreme Court seat and a host of local offices. But make no doubt the decision to go ahead with this, despite the threat of COVID-19, is controversial. And the build-up has been chaotic and confusing. Wisconsin's Governor Tony Evers had attempted on Monday to delay the vote until June, but the state Supreme Court blocked that, while the US Supreme Court ruled against a move that would have given voters 6 extra days to return absentee ballots by mail. And all of that has upset a number of local officials.
I think everybody's understandably concerned that the election today is going to accelerate the spread of coronavirus in the state of Wisconsin, and I think for local public officials, they're just dumbfounded by what the courts and the Republican majority in the legislature would do in terms of jeopardizing people's health to do that. They will own the results of what happens today, and not just in terms of what the results of the election are, but the results from the spike in this pandemic. This is their pandemic now, and it could have been avoided.
With a number of polling staff pulling out because of fears over COVID-19, more than 2,000 Wisconsin National Guard troops are deployed to fill in for them at polling stations. Here, the traffic appears to be quite low, and there will no doubt be questions as to whether the integrity of the vote has been maintained.